Today we are going to make an elegant dragonfly piece by taking the swiping technique to another level. Did you hear that? You can make this yourself at home if you follow along, so stick around until the end to see how it turns out. Now I'm back to my studio. I've already managed to make a mess. I spilled paint on the floor, on my trousers. I'm also back at school, but I'm happy. I've got everything I need here. Well, almost. What are we going to do today? When I was making my horsey last week, I really enjoyed the swipe. And I thought really that swipe lends itself to the subject very, very nicely. And while I was doing it, I thought, what other creature could I make in this style? And I had an idea, but I also want to do it in a different way. I think I'm going to use my silicone mat. Just to wait. Let me deal with the colors first. So I want to use the same blue I used on my horse, which is Prussian blue. And that's the one I spilled everywhere, by the way. Hardly anything left. I do have my old sticks. So I'm going to mix the color here. There's any floatal here. Let's see if I can still use it. Whoops, I managed to. Did you hear that? Squeeze all of it. Yeah, don't like wasting anything, do we? Oof. There's probably 2 times more or even 3 times more floatal than paint. I'm aiming at 1 part of paint to 2 parts of floatal, and then if it's still too thick I will add some water. I decided to add some water mixed with PVA glue instead. This is the glue I like using. It's called Coral. I think the American equivalent is Lineco or Lineco. There will be a link in the description if you want to use it as well. We've got some nice consistency. By the way, I struggled for such a long time, as you can see, with opening the lid, till one of my amazing followers told me that rubbing some Vaseline on it will immediately help. And yes, it's amazing. Now we've got the whole selection of old paints, leftover paint, and each of them is a different consistency. I don't know how long I've had them for. Some of them probably months. But if you watched my last episode, I actually used paint that was 1 year old. Yes, this is 1 year old. It's in perfect condition. Look at the thickness of this. Ta-da! So that requires water. Time to explain what creature I have in mind. I was thinking that the best way to show the sails would be to make something with wings. And I could do a butterfly, but I could do a dragonfly as well. I did dragonflies with glue gun. I did dragonfly with paste. I want to do a swipe with plenty of sails for the wings. That was in my head. And I don't want to do it the same way as I did the horse, swiping on the canvas. I thought, well, try something different. I am going to do 2 swipes on white. So one somewhere here. Oh, I'm going to do it a bit wider. Let's do it like this. As if this was the canvas. I know it's on brown, so the color is going to be slightly darker once it's dry, but this is my favorite silicone mat. It's easier when you make it thicker. It's easier to peel off later on. Now, how am I going to apply it? I could put strips of each color here, the top, or maybe some sections, or mixture of both. Let's add a little bit of this here. If they mix, that's fine. I don't mind. A little bit of this, little bit of that. The right one will be different to the left one, that's okay. By the way, there is no silicone in any of these paints. Therefore, I am going to separate this into 2 cups. I am going to add a couple of drops of silicone into this only. What's inside? It's coconut hair serum, not coconut oil. Okay, 3 drops, that's enough. Now I'm going to mix it well. If you want huge cells, you don't mix it thoroughly, but I do want small cells. Now I am applying quite a thin strip of this dark blue. That will do, and here. That's a lot. Okay, this is my tissue. I'm going to make it moist. So very gently. Cute. I try to be even gentler than I was. Very pretty cells. Okay, shall we torch them? Not much of a difference. Okay, I wanted them small and I have them really small. Look at that. I used the same silicone on both. Now look at the size of these cells and look at those. And I'm so tempted to test my theory because I thought that if I mix silicone only in the blue, I'll get smaller cells. Now what if I put silicone in every single color? What do you think? And let me apply white paint. So have some, I'm only going to do one strip here. But this is the only experiment that we're actually going to see how it works, you know, whether it works or not. Different sections. And there is a difference, maybe not huge, but yes, these are different. You see they're growing now. I feel more adventurous. Now I want to test something else. I've got white. I'm going to swipe this one with white. Oh, by the way, yes, I did add silicone to white. I think this is stunning. Look at these. Such different results. Can't believe it. So there you are. I couldn't stop myself. They dried very nicely. There's a silicone residue on them, on all of them. Before I cut them out, I was thinking, what background do I want? And what do I want to make it on? And I came up with, instead of canvas, I actually found a round board. I started painting it white. I might add another layer. Yeah, lovely. I want it coated, but I don't want it super thick. I don't want to wait too long for it to be dry. I was going to use my old dragonfly design. I painted 2 dragonflies before. You can see the link here. But I decided to enlarge it, so I made it a bit bigger. Oh, by the way, because there's so many questions whether I sell my designs, whether I sell stencils. I don't sell them to general public. However, I do share them with my patrons. So that's the only place at the moment that I share my stencils. They are the actual original size. I am not going to use the one with white because my background is going to be white, so that makes no sense. Oh, look how pretty they will look. You see that? I think the cells and the swipe is a perfect simulated texture that can be for dragonfly. I'll basically need 4 wings. And I'm going to choose which section I like the most. We can even see on this dark section. I'm going to draw all of them and then I'll peel it off. Who else loves peeling skins off? It's beautiful. Looks like butter. It's quite thick. For me, I usually make them too thin, so this is very thick. Look at that. Wow. Fabulous. There's so many things they could be used for. It's like cutting the softest skin, actually. I was going to say fabric, but no, it feels like very, very soft leather. It's incredibly satisfying. Okay, now you tell me that was not a good idea. Isn't it a beautiful wing? So now I'm thinking that I should probably cut the body as well. It's going to be way easier. Okay. I was trying to find some other skins to cut the eyes out. So I've got this, that's quite suitable. But I quite like this. And I've got one here. Theoretically, I like the colours, you know what, they're cute. putting the pieces of my puzzle together now. I am happy. It's going to look good. I wasn't sure which wing to choose, the more green one or the blue one. However, my problem solved itself. Well, my table solved it for me. It got stuck. The skins can get stuck, so be careful what you put it on. The table was wet before, and there you are. Anyway, I'm happy with this one. Let's see if the size is correct. I can of course move the wings more towards the middle and trim them if I need to. Now I could leave the background white, but I do want to enhance it a little bit. Do you think that's in the middle? Let's check. So imagine this is the middle. I'm a genius. I've got a rule in my eyes, yes. I'm marking the ends with a pencil. Once I take it off, I can see where to position the individual parts. I would like to have some very gentle, but I'm not sure about the color. First I thought gold, then I thought, not sure if I want to see gold with this creature. So how about like silver, blue? So this is Pearl Glacier Blue, which is a lovely dragonfly-ish color, I would say. But let's see if that's what I wanted. I put this in the middle so nothing moves. And I've got my little sponge here. Now this is super faint. I wonder if we'll be able to see it even. But it's so light that I can even go towards the middle, and that's fine. Okay, now once I've done this all around, I am going to make it a little bit darker. I'm going to add more of this glacier blue. Let's see the result. Oh, yeah, wow. Oh, this is so subtle. Yeah, I think I'm happy. Time to glue the body. And yes, I could use spray glue. I could use all other glues. Probably my favorite way of sticking acrylic skins to acrylic background is just paint. I am going to use a wet wipe to clean the edges because there's often some paint residue. I'm going to stick them on one by one. Touch of the dark blue here. Not as much as the other ones. Of lines here that should imitate the sort of the wing structure. I don't want to make it too pronounced. Oh, look at that. This is like, yeah, nobody's going to recreate that. So we've got some cells and that will do. Some precision cutting. And this is diamond glaze. I'm going to stick the little hands, feet. Let me wait a second. Like that. I can stretch it if I want to. Yeah, a little bend, why not? This is so small. So small I can hardly see that. Having cut the hands or the legs, I've decided to make this little ending. Some of them have those peculiar endings. I don't think I would manage to do it without a needle. Where's the needle? Put it in place. The ending is actually used for the mating ritual. You can guess how is it used if you want to. I really want to try something out. I've got this relief outliner in silver. I would like to go over the wings. Okay, let's see. Oh no, almost. When you do it, you have to be very comfortable. I mean, you have to be in a position that you are able to do the whole move. If you want to do it in one go, do it slowly with a gap. That's fine as well. Completely stopped breathing. It's fixable when wet. I love how thin it is. A couple of minutes later, I am much more efficient. There we are. Please let me know if you like this one in the comments, and please tell me what other things you would like me to try with this technique. If you're looking for longer, more in-depth explanations of my work, check out the extended versions of my tutorials on Patreon. Also, you can find this and other original art of mine for sale on my website, abcreativeofficial.com. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week. Bye bye!